True stories are the best. That is why I love writing these books. Real facts are much more exciting than anything else. You cannot beat the truth. Except for her mother, Meghan and Harry are very much the same person. They deserve each other on Christmas. Tom Bower wrote a book called Revenge. It is all about the big fight between Meghan, Harry, and the royal family. We are talking to the author himself today. Tom Bower just told us some very big news. It is about a plan Harry and Meghan made in 2020. Harry said yes to it, but he did not really know what it meant. Now we can see why things are happening. We know why Meghan hired her helper team again in January. We know why Harry is staying in hotels instead of his own house. We know why people are talking about separate bedrooms and big payments. Here is the big secret. The papers Harry signed could leave him with no money at all. Meghan could take the name, the money, and the kids. She could take everything they have. Let's look at what Tom Bower found because it is very crazy. Before we start, please like this video and subscribe. The secrets in this story will really surprise you. You will want to see how this ends. If you were born in California, your code is 104. It has been that way for a long time. Now let's talk about Tom Bower. You need to know who he is to see why his news matters. He is not just a person who writes gossip on the internet. He is not making things up for clicks. Tom Bower is a very serious writer. He worked for the BBC for 40 years. He spent that time telling the truth about powerful people. Tom Bower has ruined the names of many bad people. These were not small stars. These were people who thought they were too big to get in trouble. They had a lot of money and friends everywhere. It did not matter to Tom. He went after them anyway. Think about Robert Maxwell. He was a very powerful man in the media. Everyone was scared of him. But Tom showed everyone the truth and ruined his image. Tom also looked into Mohammed Al-Fayed. He found out about shady things that were going on. He did the work when other writers were too scared to try. He has always fought against big names and won. He even found out secrets about Simon Cowell. This part is funny. Simon did not like Jennifer Lopez. He said she was too into herself. That is funny because Simon is like that too. But Tom gets people to tell him secrets that no one else hears. Tom Bower is different from other people who talk about the royal family. His book was not based on random rumors. He sat down and talked to more than 80 people. These were people who worked for Meghan. They saw everything that happened in private. When Tom talks, people stop and listen. They know that what he says will be a big deal. He talked to people from Hollywood who knew Meghan before she met Harry. The people who publish books trust Tom a lot. They know he does his homework. He does not use gossip from the internet. He uses real facts. If he says he found something big about Harry and Meghan, it is not just a fake headline. He keeps looking until he finds the truth. He does not just throw out ideas and hope they are right. This is why his news about 2020 is so important. He has the proof to back it up. Tom thinks Harry will not come back to England. He thinks the situation is always the same. Harry wants everything his way. This is where things get really crazy. Most people think a divorce means you split money 50-50. You both get half of what you made together. That is not what is happening here. What Tom found is much deeper. It is about who owns the stories they have been selling to the world. It is not just one or two things. It is their whole Sussex brand. It is all their big projects. It even includes Harry's book. Everything they made as a couple is part of this. The rules they made in 2020 control all of it. Meghan is the one who runs the business. Tom says that behind the pretty pictures and the interviews, there is a very different story. The way their business is set up is very interesting. Meghan gets more money. It is not half and half. For the movies and the podcasts, she gets a bigger share of the money. Think about what that means. For all the Netflix shows, Meghan gets more. For the podcast, it is the same. For anything they do in the future, she is set up to take more money. Harry said yes to this without knowing what he was doing. The craziest part is that this was not the plan in 2018. When they first got married, things were different. Everything changed later. Sometime between their wedding and 2020, they changed the rules. They moved things around and Meghan became the boss of the business. Why is that timing so important? Think about what was happening in 2020. Meghan was behaving very badly. Harry was too. That was when they left the royal family. They were moving to California. Many big companies wanted to give them jobs. Netflix was offering a lot of money. Spotify wanted them too. While all of this was happening, they changed their rules. Meghan was put in charge of everything. Tom says Harry gave up much more than people know. Once these rules are made, they are very hard to change. There is a lot of money and many big projects happening. This discovery is a big deal. If they split up, Harry will not get half of everything. Tom says the story we heard about Meghan was not the whole truth. The way everything is set up helps Meghan from the start. You might wonder how this happened. Couples change their plans when life changes. Couples change their rules when they have kids or buy a house. It makes sense to update things. So Harry and Meghan updating their papers in 2020 is not strange by itself. But what they put in the papers is strange. They did it right when they were leaving the royal family. They were moving and getting ready for huge entertainment jobs. Everything was happening fast. In all that mess, Harry just said yes to the changes. Tom talked to people who knew Meghan during her first marriage. They said she was very careful back then too. Her smile looked like a practice for a big lie. Every single word in the papers was checked. She had a whole team to help her. She did not miss anything. She made sure she knew exactly what every rule meant. She learned a big lesson from her first divorce. The lesson she learned was to always protect your money. Never let yourself depend on someone else for money. That was her main goal after her first marriage ended. Now look at what happened later. A big movie deal started in September 2020. Then a podcast deal happened. Their charity started around then too. Money was coming from many places. Business plans were being made very fast. The title of the book is about the war between the Windsors. Somewhere in the middle of everything, Harry said yes to the new rules. Meghan's name is first on the business papers. She is running the whole show. The biggest discovery is that she will get most of the money if they split up. Think about the difference between them. Meghan has been through a divorce before. She knows how to protect herself. Meghan knows it is important to have rules that help her. Then you have Harry. He has never done anything like this before. He did not even think about these things. When they changed the rules in 2020, one person knew exactly what they were doing. The other person did not. This is very interesting. Meghan is in charge. The timing in 2020 is very important because of how things played out. Harry might not have known what he was getting into. One person was ready and the other was walking in blind. Let's look at the money. In 2022, things started to change. Everyone talked about a $100 million deal. People thought they got all that money right away. But that is not true. They only get the money if they finish all the projects they promised. They did not finish them. Their documentary was made, but another project was canceled. Then Spotify canceled their deal too. Other projects never happened at all. The money people thought they were making was not there. People who know the business say they only got about $40 million. That is still a lot of money, but it is not $100 million. Where did that $40 million go? This is very interesting. While their shared jobs were failing, Meghan started her own business. It is called American Riviera Orchard. This is only hers. Harry's name is not on it, only her name is there. Her new podcast is also just for her. Harry is not part of that business at all. Meghan really thought she was special in Hollywood. Even her book for children was separate from Harry. There is no money link between them for these things. There is a report about $38 million in debt. Most people think that means they spent too much money, but money experts say it might be a smart move. They are moving money around to protect it. Their big house in California is protected, so it is hard to take. Their investments were moved around too. Meghan is doing what people do when they are getting ready to split their money. Meghan is making her own money that Harry does not share. She is hiding her big assets. She is making herself independent so she does not need joint money. It is not just a random thing. It is a plan. Look at the timeline. When their jobs fail, Meghan builds her own empire. She is not making shared businesses anymore. She is making solo businesses where she is the boss. Harry is not part of it. This is a pattern. It matches what someone would do if they were getting ready for a separate financial life. The money trail from 2022 shows the story. It is not a couple building things together. It is one person making a plan to leave. The other person might not even know what is happening. The relationship seems very toxic. They are doing their best, but it is hard. Let's talk about why hiring Sunshine Sachs again is a big sign. This is not just a normal PR team. These people are known for helping famous couples when they break up. They are the ones you call when things get messy. They helped Katie Holmes when she left Tom Cruise. They know how to handle big breakups with lots of money. They make sure their client looks as good as possible. Meghan first hired them in 2017. They were there when she started dating Harry. A few years later, after they moved to California, they were let go. People said it was to save money, but people who work there said Meghan wanted total control. She wanted to do all the PR herself through her own company. It made sense at the time, but now, in January, they are back. Why did Meghan hire them again after years away? People who know about PR say this is a clear sign. You only bring in these experts if you expect a big problem. The timing is very important. Usually, people hire these experts 3 to 6 months before a split. This gives them time to change how people see the story. They start putting small stories in the news that help you. They try to make the public feel sorry for you. That way, when the news comes out, people are already on your side. This is a very smart plan. Meghan is also building her own brand separate from Harry. She is going to business meetings alone. She is being seen by herself. She is making her own name. This is exactly what she did before her first divorce. She is making a life where she does not need her husband for money. When she is ready to leave, she can just walk away. That is what we are seeing right now. The PR team is getting the story ready for what comes next. The signs are everywhere if you look for them. The living situation is also falling apart. Last week, news said Harry was staying at a hotel. He was staying there instead of being with his family. Why would someone stay at a hotel when they have a huge house? It seems like he does not want to be home. Now people are saying they do not even sleep in the same room. They have separate beds and stay in different parts of the house. That does not sound like a happy couple. People close to them say Meghan is feeling a lot of pressure. She is wondering if she would be better alone. She is already looking for help, but not to fix her marriage. She is looking for help for what is coming next. A royal observer says she is talking to people who help with these situations. Harry is moving between 2 hotels to get away from his house. Imagine that. You have a mansion, but you pay for hotels to leave. They have spent 5 years complaining and acting like victims. Negative feelings like that do not bring people together. It makes them stay apart. The prediction is that she will leave in the next 6 months. When that happens, Harry will lose a lot. The house might be sold to split the money. He will lose his power in their business. He might not see his kids as much because they live in California with Meghan. He won't be able to make money from his stories anymore. Meghan wants a very big payment to leave. She wants to keep her royal title. She wants the title, the house, and a lot of money. She won't go anywhere unless she gets those things. Harry is stuck between hotels and his house. He does not seem to know how much this was all planned. The living situation is not just falling apart by chance. It is a plan. One person knows the plan and the other is just confused. Does Harry even know what is happening? That is the big question. Meghan is a very bossy woman. She is in charge. Harry knows something feels wrong, but he can't see the whole picture. He has been crying about how the news ruined Meghan's life. He sounds like a good husband, but it is very weird. He is crying about stories from 2001 to 2013. They did not even meet until 2016. Why is he upset about news from before they met? It has nothing to do with them. People in happy marriages do not act this way. This is how someone acts when they are sad but don't know why. He feels the distance between them, but he doesn't see the plan. His friends have told him he is very alone now. He has no support left. His team told him they were losing money too. Meghan told him to keep going with the plans anyway. Why would she do that unless the money problems would be his alone later? There are reports that Meghan is already talking to publishers about a book about the breakup. She is planning her next move before she makes the first one. Tom Bauer says Harry gave away his whole future in 2020. He has no way to protect himself now. The worst part is that Harry is just now seeing what happened. It is like watching someone realize they were tricked, but it is too late to stop it. Harry thinks they are just having a hard time. He thinks they are fighting the media together. But Meghan has been building a plan to leave for years. She is hiring experts and moving money. She is ready for the future, and Harry is stuck. One person is making the plan happen. The other is blindsided and confused. By the time Harry knows the truth, it will be too late. Let's look at it all together. What Harry signed in 2020 could take everything he has. Meghan walks away with the brand, the money, and the kids. The whole thing is very one-sided. The 2020 changes were not about protecting their marriage. They were an exit plan. The plan was for one person to leave with everything while the other is left with nothing. The timeline and the PR moves all show this. People are asking if this was the plan from day one. Did Meghan use Harry to build her own kingdom? Was it always about the royal name and then leaving with the money? Or is Tom Bower just seeing things that aren't there? It might be a bit of both. The plan might have changed as things happened. Their wedding in 2018 looks very different now. The couple that was going to change the royal family is gone. Now we are just looking at a business failing. One person was better prepared for the end. If Tom Bower is right, we will see this happen very soon. The next 6 months will show everything. The separate lives will become very clear. Eventually, they will tell everyone they are splitting up. People will look back and see it was a very smart exit. Or maybe we are wrong and they will fix it. But looking at what Tom found, it is hard to see it ending any other way. Harry is just now waking up to the truth. But by then, every part of the plan will be done. The game will be over before he knew he was playing. What do you think? Did Meghan plan this from the start? Or are these just random things? Tell me what you think below. I want to know your ideas. If you want to see what happens next, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Tom Bower says things are about to get very interesting. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.